Nico, thank you very much for your time, for taking the time. We are at PCHAI, but in Thailand, in Phuket, but you're leaving tomorrow. Can you tell me how was it here in Thailand for you?
It wasn't my first time. Came here last year as well. And in comparison with last year was a little bit better. And a lot more sunshine. That's only the fun part. The training part was just as punishing, even more punishing this year than last. And it was good preparation. Like I'm going back home, evolved and upgraded than before I came.
What would you say about the punishment which Maik Polanen puts you through? How heavy are these training sessions and especially the sparring sessions?
It's like he enjoys punishing us, and even though we know it's good for us and it helps improves us to compete better in the ring, it's hell going through them. Like it's no fun, and it really challenges you physically but also mentally.
Yeah, but I've been watching almost all of your glory fights. You're one of the biggest heavyweights when it comes to size and weight. But your conditioning, you always keep on going forward and you actually don't even get tired, or at least it seems like you don't get tired.
I get tired.
But tell me, how is it possible for a man of this size to have such a good condition?
Uh, you have to condition yourself for the way you fight. So high output means high intensity training, and you have to fight smart. Like you don't put 100% power on every punch. You pick your punches. So if I throw 10 punches right behind each other, from the 10, 8, I just flicker jabs just to make my opponent close their eyes, and 2 will be power punches, and that way you can throw a lot more punches without tiring out.
But that's the thing about you. You are a person who throws a lot of volume, a lot of shots. So people mistake you for a person who doesn't have power. But against Rade Opicic, you knocked him clean out, and Rade is a world-class fighter. Can you tell me, was that a right hook? Was it a right straight which you knocked him out with?
It was right straight, right cross, right between it, because it was just my eye was on the prize. Like I had to reach his face, and he just hit me with the knee, but there was no time to feel the knee or to make it stop me. Like I just had to hit him. So it was like over. But it was a mix between a straight and a cross.
Yeah, but in that fight, what I noticed was you put forward pressure from the very first second, and at some stage I could see that Rade was tired.
Yeah.
But when could you actually sense that Rade Opicic was tired?
Strangely enough, in the first round already, I hit him with a left straight, and I felt it connecting so good that I was like, okay, if I keep on connecting like this, we can make this a short fight. And at the end of the first round, I heard Mike, the trainer, yell like he's already tired, keep on pressing him, and then the bell rang, so it was too little, too late. But I already saw the end of the first round. This doesn't have to go the full 3 rounds.
That was a big win for you, a very, very big win, because Rade came into the organization as a huge prospect. And I mean, he already had a big name at one championship. But could you tell me, then, when you fought, for example, Leiduni, actually Leiduni was before that, but when you fought Leiduni, who has been doing very well recently, by the way,
It's like someone woke him up.
yeah, I think you woke him up, I feel like.
That was the joke I was trying to make.
Yeah, exactly. But my point is, so he's been doing very well. He actually beat Levy recently, and you dominated that fight. Could you tell me how do you beat Leiduni? What style do you need to use in order to beat Leiduni?
Leiduni is a smart fighter. Like he is very good fighting backwards, and he's a very technical boxer. So he knows how to transfer his weight effortlessly. And that makes it difficult for you as opponent to hit him and to really hurt him, because he's gone before you know it. And while he pivots and he's gone, he jabs, and he makes his point, and you will just keep on following him. And that's what most opponents do when they fight like Leiduni. They just keep on following him. You have to cut him off. You have to get him where you want to, where you're able to hurt him. And that is something I did very well. Like just cut him off, and where he's stuck, like then hit him.
That's exactly what Joseph Valtellini said in his commentary, that you are cutting the ring very well. But also what I noticed in that fight against Leiduni, but also other fights, you get hit but there is no reaction. Like many fighters, when you hit them, their head goes back, or maybe they close their eyes, but you always walk forward even when you get hit. So why? How did you develop that?
It was always there. And when you, like, it's a fighting sport, so you know you're gonna get punched. You can better expect a punch, anticipate it, and work through it, than be afraid of punching or want to be fighting too beautiful and slipping punch. Like, no. For me, just simple. Expect the punch, and what do you do after you're punched? If you already have your game plan, bam, and then counter, then you're just waiting to be punched, and it makes it easier for me at least.
Yeah. But you also work a lot with the inside low kicks. Tell me, why do you throw so many inside low kicks?
Uh, First and foremost, I'm lazy. Second is because of the artificial hip. It is easier for me to make it inside than to really kick from the side, or impossible to kick to it. So this is just my way of making it easier for myself.
Yeah, okay. Also, what I've noticed about your style of fighting, for example, against Milos and especially against Colin George, you get in the pocket, you're very close, but you keep your hands down, and with your head, you kind of protect yourself. Tell me, how did you develop that style, and how do you stay safe in the pocket with the hands down?
Watching a lot of boxing, because the second you position yourself at the outside of a shoulder, like nobody's able to punch himself here. Like this is no power.
Yeah.
So the second you position yourself here, basically I'm safe already.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really know.
And the second you turn yourself to hit me, I was waiting, or I punch you with my shoulder, and then just hit you from the side. So
Yeah.
you set up a plan for yourself where your opponent can hit you, but you hit him.
Also, you're a big fan of the right uppercut. I've noticed. I think that's your maybe signature move, right
Probably.
uppercut. Could you tell me, because I was watching some of the statistics in, I'm not sure which fight, maybe against Colin George, but you are landing so many uppercuts. What's the secret behind that uppercut? You land it a lot, and everybody knows you're gonna throw, but they cannot
Most
stop.
people, it's a punch that's getting forgotten in this time. Most people aren't throwing uppercuts anymore, so nobody is expecting to be hit by an uppercut or blocking an uppercut. Uh, that's it. If you don't expect it to come, I will always surprise you with it.
Yeah. Now, a couple of last questions. You're fighting on the 13th of December at Glory Collision 8 against Nidal Bchiri.
Yeah.
Why are you taking this fight?
Partly because it's been a half year since I've had a fight, so just to get back in the rhythm before the tournament in February. And I just love the sport. I want to keep busy, and I need a goal to really work towards. I can always train, I can always help the guys prepare for their fights, but there's an extra incentive when you have your own fight. You will push yourself beyond the 140, 150%, all the way to 200% when it's for yourself instead of someone else. So I just missed the spark for myself.
Yeah. Well, now you're training at a very high intensity. Could you tell me, Nidal, because you came at the program of Remy and Mourinho on the couch of the bank, and you said there was like a short clip where you say Arme Nidal, so poor Nidal, you know. So, what is there a certain beef between you and him, or what's the case?
There's no beef. We already fought in 2021. I won that fight. Like I said on the podcast with Remy, and I've kept on saying ever since, I feel like he didn't progress since that point. Like he regressed and he got a little bit.
And why do you think so?
Because of the
What
fights
is his
I've
game?
seen, the performances he's put ever since then. His fight in the beginning of the year, the qualifier for the tournament as well. It's like back in 2021, I feel like he was more of a challenge, more of a real fighter than he was the last couple of fights I've seen him. And I hope that he is taking this seriously. Because a rematch is always more threatening. Like you have something to prove, so you're going the extra mile. And then I hope he comes more prepared than his last fight, because if not, it's gonna be poor Nidal.
But how did your fight with him go back in the day?
Uh, No one say it went even, but we both had our specialty. Like he hit me a lot with low kicks, and I outboxed him. And in my outboxing, I just did more than him, but he was certainly. It wasn't an easy fight for me. It's not like I was a clear winner. I won because of the points, but he put up a good fight.
And this upcoming fight, how will it go, in your opinion, objectively?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna win, and I really hope that it's gonna be a short night for me. Who knows? Maybe 1, 2 rounds would be nice.
Okay. Could you tell me? So you expect a short fight against him. Then in February you've got the tournament, the the final of the last heavyweight standing. When you look at those fighters, and let's say potentially Errol Zimmerman or Plazibat or Nordi Mahidin come to the tournament, or maybe Alex Simon. But when you look at all these people, who will be the biggest challenge in your opinion?
I don't know biggest challenge because everybody has their own thing where they're difficult in. But I do know who I would like to meet in the final and finale would be a Cookie,
Why?
just to get my rematch because I lost to him back in Croatia. So I would really want to settle the score, and what better platform than the finale of the tournament?
Tell me about that fight against Cookie, because I know that you took it on a short notice.
Yeah, 4 day notice.
What was objectively, how prepared were you physically for that fight?
Leiduni was 3 weeks before the fight, so 3.5 weeks. So from Leiduni to Cookie, I trained once, and that's it. So I wasn't prepared at all. I wasn't physically fit. I was just I was in London having a holiday, so I was eating sweets, just doing everything except training. He had a full training camp, allegedly. So even kidding. So even with the full training camp and me with a complete opposite, we went toe to toe the full 3 rounds, and if I had a little bit more stamina, I would have won it. So I want to settle the score. He is more dangerous now than he was back then. I acknowledge that, but so am I. So let's settle score.
Yeah, that would definitely be a very interesting matchup. Tell me about Rico Verhoeven. What is your opinion? He said that he's retiring from kickboxing. Do you think that he will continue with MMA? Will he do crossover fights? Will he go to another kickboxing organization? What do you expect?
I don't know what to expect. I can only guess. I think he's knocking at multiple doors, and whichever door opens and proposes a good deal, you will take it. So I can't say for sure which way you will go, but everything is an option though. And whichever option presents itself first, you will go for.
But do you think that Rico Verhoeven will do well in MMA?
Apparently, he has
One fight.
one fight. He has a history in jiu-jitsu, I thought. So he is able to do it. I haven't seen anything from him, so I don't know how good he is. Everybody is able to do it, but I don't know how well they will be able to do it. And that goes for him as well. I don't know how good he is in fighting.
Yeah. But what would you say? Your teammates, Michael Bopea, Semilir, Smiley, most of them will probably transition to MMA next year. That's at least what Maik Polanen told me, that there might be some transitions to MMA. So would you move to MMA?
No.
No?
My body is not able to roll. I would like to, because I was, what's his name? LFL a couple of weeks ago. And I was fighting. I was looking at the fights, and the heavyweight MMA fights were just stand-up fights. I'm like, I can do this. So who knows? Maybe I take a little bit of defense classes, and if I'm able, like, okay, let's go, I'll do a fight or two. Who knows?
Okay. Because you've got the quick way to the UFC from LFL. You see many people transition from LFL to the UFC quickly. And last question for you. Imagine that I meet you on the 8th of February. So that's the day after the tournament. What will you tell me? How did you do in the tournament?
Uh, After you congratulated me with winning the tournament, I would say thank you very much. And just a big old smile like now, just like we can go through the fights the previous night. But it will be all smiles, all fun, all giggles, and just more of myself.
Okay. Thank you very much for the time. Your progress has been beyond inspiring because when you came to the organization, people were underestimating you, laughing at you. Now you're one of the biggest contenders. So big respect and all the best with your career.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.